So my friend brought his GT350 over to do the rear brake pads, and we did the brake pads on the front already, and these are power stop brakes, and he didn't want to do new rotors, and the car only has 12,000 miles on it, and so far it seems like the rotors were fine, they weren't warped at all, and we could get away with doing just the pads. And so we brought the car over and got the wheels off, and these are actually pretty simple on the rear side. So you basically punch this pin out on the top and on the bottom. There's two pins there, and it comes out really easily. And there's this little clip here, and you just kind of hold pressure against it when you pull the pin out. I'll show you on the other side a little bit better, but basically that clip just goes in that way, and the pin comes right out of it. So it's actually very simple. Now you can just pull these brake pads right out of them. So I just got a screwdriver in here and just kind of started to wiggle them around, and they came right out. And so of course, if they're worn really far down, then you'll want to compress the pistons, but you can see these were like brand new. There wasn't hardly anything missing on them. And so I could even lightly push it in with my finger. Just it didn't even need to be compressed. So that's the way they come out. And evidently these power stop ones have stainless steel backs, and you don't need to grease them according to what they say. We greased the front ones. I don't know if that was a mistake or not. Usually you grease those so there's no squealing and noises, but Power Stop said don't put any grease on them, so we didn't. We just went ahead and decided to go ahead and put these in and just drop them in the way they go. And they do have the little anti-wear bracket on them, so you have to kind of angle them in, but they wiggled right in, and I was actually surprised at how easy it was. But you can see, compared to the old ones, there's just probably almost as much meat left on the old ones as there are on these new ones. So you might have to take off the caliper and the rotor if you're doing this with really worn down brakes. But anyway, you can see the pistons they're not really coming out hardly at all. And so there are instructions on how to grease all the brackets and the clips and stuff. I'll show you those here in a second. And so as far as I know, this is the same as the newer Mach 1s, the Brembo brakes on just the newer S550s. So if you have these style brakes, then you should be able to go ahead and do this. Now, the reason he wanted to do this was to get rid of all the brake dust that these cars are known for. And so far, the front ones are holding up very well. It's been probably a month that he's had the front ones on there, and I haven't seen hardly any brake dust. I mean, there's going to be some, but it's not anything like it used to be. So those just kind of slide in there like that, and then we'll put the pin and the bracket in. But here's putting a little grease on it. This is what the packet looks like, and it kind of shows just to put it on basically everything in here. So you can pause the video if you want to look at that. But we didn't notice till after that the kit came with new springs, you know, this little bracket spring. So we reused the old one here, but then we ended up taking it out and putting the new one in. But so you just put this through here, and it hangs on. That little clip just goes in where the pin is, and when you put the second one in, it really puts some pressure on it. So now over here to the other side, I wanted to record a little bit more of this side so I could show a little better. So I used a punch to lightly tap those pins away, and then you can see here when you wiggle them out, you put a little pressure on that clip there, it helps get them out, and it comes right out like that. And that's the only thing holding those pads in place. They just kind of wiggle out. I went ahead and got a screwdriver just so I could wiggle a little bit better with them. So it wasn't really hard, though. They were hardly in there. See, they just kind of slide out. So I was very surprised at this. And we had rented the tool to like compress the piston and twist it if we needed to, but I don't know if this style of brakes has that as well. It looks like they're 4 piston. It looks like there's 2 on each side there. If you notice, I just pointed at that little bracket that's on the actual pad. It's like a anti-wear thing where you can see on this one, it's on the bottom by my right thumb on the bottom there, and it was opposite on this pad, but the other side was the same as well, so on the other side of the car. So I don't know if the orientation really matters. We tried to match it, and we did on the other side, but on this side it was opposite. But get a little Scotch-Brite. I cleaned up these pins a little bit, and I feel like that'll help when you put grease on them to help them. Anything like this that's cleaned up should help a lot. So basically got all that in, got the pins pushed back into place like they should be here. And I did get those flush on the back side because they come in from the back side towards the outside. I had a little car meet, and if you notice, when my friend's backing up his Shelby here, the reverse light was not working. And the bumper has been off when the whole car was repainted, basically, and I thought maybe that it didn't get plugged in right or anything, but here he's backing up. You see there's no reverse light below the license plate there. And so we went ahead and dropped the whole diffuser, because on a Shelby or a Mach 1 here, on the newer ones, you have to drop the diffuser to get to it. And the bulb looked just fine. We didn't see any problem with the filament in there, and everything looked all right, but I had an extra bulb, so I stuck it in there, and sure enough, that fixed the problem. So the bulb maybe on the lower part was malfunctioning or whatever, but now we have a reverse light, so we got that working, and everything looks good now.